Hello everyone, welcome to or welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Stephanie and I am here today with my weekly Wax Melt Empties. I hope that everyone is having a great week, a great start to your week. My hair is huge today. I had to just let it air dry and it can't be tamed now. I was sitting here adjusting it, trying to figure out how to make it look less frizzy, and it just is what it is. That's that. It's 87 degrees here in Maryland, which is absolutely insane. It's so hot. We have the AC on. I live on the 3rd floor, so it gets quite warm up here. It feels like summer. I also am one of those people who is just always freaking hot. Let's talk about what's happening in the wax world this week. It is a much quieter week this week as far as sales go, which honestly, thank God, because last week was a lot. And I said that I wasn't going to order anything from Salt Mountain, and then I ended up ordering a couple of souffles, like 4. So that didn't go according to plan. But this week, all that I have, and like I said, please correct me if I'm wrong, and any sales that you know of or any restocks, pre-orders, whatever, please put them in the comments down below, because I only am in so many groups and I only know so many vendors. I did recently join a few new groups. I noticed that I wasn't in, I think Pink Owl was one of them, and there were a couple more. But all I have for this week is Friday, May 3rd is L3's next ready to ship. The request post is up now on Facebook, so definitely get your requests in and give mine some likes. And then on Sunday, Broadway Wax is coming back with a ready to ship. Broadway Wax took a little hiatus in her business, I believe. I don't know that she ever said she was really closing, but she's back now. Yeah, so those are the only 2 things that I see going on here. As tempting as Broadway Wax is, I am going to skip that one. Other than L3 and the Fantasy Wax Melts pre-order, I am going to try to not buy any wax in May, even though like the Wax Roadshow with Second and Spruce and Lavender and Speckles and Knowles Farms, it's so tempting. Like, it's so tempting, but I'm really gonna try to skip it. I have never tried Lavender and Speckles, and I have only tried Second and Spruce and Knowles Farms once each in a D-stash, and I really liked the Second and Spruce that I got, and I liked the Knowles that I got too, but honestly, like, I have just so much going on as far as my wax goes. As much as I love to try things, it might be a good preventative measure to not introduce myself to too many new vendors that I might fall in love with. My wax friends and I are going to try to do this low buy together, but I will be participating in L3 and I will be participating in Fantasy Wax pre-order. But with all of that being said, let me get into what I finished this week. So I'll start with my Fantasy Wax here. This first one was, I think my favorite of the week. This is Royal Ball, which was blue sugar, salty sea air, and zucchini bread. This was absolutely amazing. It was a fresh yet musky yet bakery. It was 3 completely different scent categories blended together, and it just made something really beautiful. It almost kind of reminded me of Dreamweaver, actually, because it's that herbal with that bread, and I just love those combinations. This is such a hard one to describe because it's very unique, but I personally really liked it. So if you have similar scent profile to me, I do recommend giving it a try. I did request it for the May pre-order with Fantasy Wax, so I'm hoping that she does pour this, because this is one that I would get in a loaf. It worked in any room. Like, it was one of those completely versatile scents for me. Bathroom, open concept, bedroom, office,
bus, club, another club, plane, next place.
It worked everywhere, so loved Royal Ball, would definitely get this again. This one was Eeyore, which is lavender, marshmallow, and beach nights type. Fantasy Wax didn't have beach nights type until just recently, maybe like a couple releases ago. And this is the first Beach Nights that I have tried from her. Beach Nights for me is like, I think I used to say that it was a 50-50 split on how I feel about Beach Nights, but I honestly feel like it's more of like an 80-20 split, and 80% of the time I don't really like it. This was in the 20% of the Beach Nights that I like. This is a super sweet Beach Nights. It's not a harsh perfumey scent. It's also not overly smoky. Those are the two things in Beach Nights that I do not like. This was a very sweet Beach Nights. It almost had a little bit more of like the coconut and the marshmallow in it. Really liked it. Also, lavender marshmallow is a scent that probably brought this out. Lavender marshmallow is such a sweet, creamy lavender. It's definitely one that I feel like is more of a bathroom or a bedroom lavender. On cold, it comes off a little powdery or bathroomy to me, but once it's warmed, I really enjoy lavender marshmallow. That kind of off-putting note goes away. I really enjoyed this one. This is a Beach Nights that I had a great time with. This one here is A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes, which was Serendipity, Lemon Curd, and 7-Up Pound Cake. This was an oops melt with 3 shapes in it, but I was able to cut one of the larger shapes into 4 pieces, and that's how I tried it. And then I sent the rest to Gabriella because I thought that this would be kind of like a cereal vibe, and it did give a little bit of that. I didn't get a whole lot of the 7-Up Pound Cake, which I really, really wanted to try. And the serendipity was there. You could smell like the creaminess and the coconut. The lemon curd is definitely a harsher lemon. It smells, this one didn't smell like a cleaner lemon. It almost smelled like you were smelling a lemon peel. And I would say that really did overpower the scent. I also do feel like it was a little of a light throw for me for what the scent notes were, but I also might have cut the shapes too small. So this one was okay. It wasn't bad. I didn't dislike it. I think it was the actual scent combination just wasn't for me. And then this one was Owl, which is Palo Santo, blue sugar, and pumpkin pecan waffles. I've come to realize that when you blend Palo Santo and blue sugar together, it gets the muskiness and the almost incensey quality, the smokiness from those two notes, and it really, really makes it more prominent, because without a heavy bakery or really sweet note behind it, Palo Santo and blue sugar are pretty like smoky, almost a little masculine notes, and this came off like that. This was a little bit of I don't want to say cologne because it wasn't harsh, but it was like a soft masculine scent with just a little bit of sweetness from the pumpkin pecan waffles. It was really nice in the bedroom and bathroom. It was something different that I hadn't tried before. I love all of those notes and have tried them all in different blends and by themselves a bajillion times, but I've never tried this combo, and I thought that it was really interesting how it made the different scent notes come out of each oil. And then last from Fantasy Wax, I finished this big old loaf that I have had for a minute in blackberry jam butter cookies, pumpkin pecan waffles, and pretzel. This is one of the first scents I truly, truly fell in love with in vendor wax. The blackberry jam butter cookies is such a deep, rich, realistic blackberry. It doesn't have a floral note. It doesn't have a medicinal note. It doesn't burn my nose. And the butter cookies is such a deep, buttery bakery cookie scent, and it really, really shines and blends well with the blackberry jam. And then this pumpkin pecan waffles and pretzel with it, it adds this like butteriness and saltiness to the scent. And this is like a sweet, salty, buttery, deep, rich, desserty scent. I love that the pretzel just adds a little bit of saltiness. It doesn't overwhelm the blend. Really, really enjoy this. Obviously enjoyed it in a huge quantity, and I would do that again. Next, I'll do my L3. So only 3 samples this week. The first one is pineapple and coconut leaves. This was a delicious, juicy pineapple with a nice, fresh coconut. It wasn't a body care coconut. It wasn't a overly sweet or creamy coconut. It was very fresh. It almost smelled like if you were to make a homemade pina colada, but with freshly juiced ground and milked coconut. It was really, really nice summery scent. This one was Cali Comfort. This is a scent that I have loved since last year. It's strawberry pound cake and boardwalk marshmallow clouds, and those two scents just blend so beautifully, and it makes a kind of lightly floral vanilla strawberry pound cake. Really, really nice. Definitely a sweet body care scent. Works really well in, to me, all rooms. Very versatile. I love Cali Comfort. I also have it in a Bitty Betty loaf, and I would buy more. It's a great, for me, like quintessential feminine, sweet, fruity body care. This one was pumpkin pecan waffles, yellow cake, cotton candy frosting, zucchini bread, and pie crust. This sample, I think I shouldn't have cut it in half. I should have just melted it as its own thing, because I cut it in half and split it between two warmers in my office, and it just didn't work. I got a very light throw from it, unfortunately. I love this blend without the cotton candy frosting, and I think that is what also kind of toned it down a little too much for me, as well as, like I said, probably not using enough of it in each warmer. So I would try this again. I just need to do a little bit of a bigger size. Next, from L3, I finished this Trig Tart in smoked vanilla. This was absolutely amazing. I love all vanillas, honestly, and I love smoke scents, love wood smoke. This is really smoky, true realistic smoke with that vanilla behind it. This threw so hard. My girlfriend and I absolutely loved it. I would love to get this in a larger size. I should actually probably request a loaf, because I loved pairing this with so many scents. I loved pairing it with like sweeter bakery scents. I liked pairing it with more earthy scents, other vanillas, even body care. Like, it just worked so well with everything, adding a true, genuine, realistic smoky vanilla. This one was Palo Santo, cotton candy, sugar cookie royale, and yellow cake. This was amazing. Amazing. It was super strong. Definitely cotton candy and yellow cake prominent. The smokiness of the Palo Santo and the sugar cookie royale kept this from becoming too much of a sickeningly sweet, like yellow cake and cotton candy. It added a depth to it, a complexity, but it didn't make it like too masculine or too smoky or incensey. It was like just right. I feel like Palo Santo and cotton candy is one that when you blend them together, it is that perfect mix of like light, fluffy, feminine, and deep, smoky, and masculine, and they just like come together and create something so beautiful. And adding the bakery to this was amazing. This is another one that I should probably request. I'm gonna put these two to the side so that I remember. And then last from L3, this was October Vibes Green Apple. This was candy corn, marshmallow, birthday cake, sugar cookie royale, and green apple. I am not a green apple fan. I actually liked this. My girlfriend hated it, but I actually liked it. To me, the sugar cookie royale really came out. It smelled like if you had just cut up fresh green apples to put in an apple pie and you mixed them with the sugar mixture. But the thing that I liked about this is there was no cinnamon in it. It was really just like sugared fresh green apple. It was a little too green apple-y for my girlfriend, and to me it actually wasn't. I enjoyed this. It's not something that I probably would purchase again, but I enjoyed my experience with it. I think everything else is a one-off. So I finished this Teddy Bees in Oasis. This was beach treats, brown sugar and fig, and Tahitian vanilla. I did like this. Let me tell you, it smells good and it smells strong. But for me, this is something that I would prefer to have in a lotion, because I've just found that Teddy Bees beach treats, it's so strong. It's a great thrower, but it's too much of a perfumey beach treats to my nose, especially when as you melt it, I find that the other notes in beach treats blends will mellow out and then the beach treats will remain really strong. If you like a strong, smack you in the face, perfumey beach treats or beach nights, Teddy Bees beach treats is one that you would like. For me, it's a little too much, but I loved the brown sugar and the Tahitian vanilla in this. I love scent notes like that. Brown sugar fig is a great like body care sweet type of smell to me. So because of those other notes, I'm sure it made the beach treats lean even more of a perfumey type of note, but I've had it in other blends as well, and I've found now that I've melted enough Teddy Bees beach treats that I can say consistently that that's how I feel about it. Great performer, just actually became a little headache inducing for me. I melted this sample from Sweet Tooth Scents. This was peppermint macaron. I don't know which one it is. This was delicious, and I don't even like peppermint, but this was nice because the macaroon really came out. It almost had like an almond pastry type of scent to it, which I believe that's what a macaroon is, so that makes sense. I could really smell that, and the peppermint was just a nice light creamy peppermint in the background. It wasn't a harsh peppermint. It wasn't a nose clearing peppermint. It didn't smell like peppermint essential oil. It was very sweet pastry with a little bit of peppermint. Very good. I've melted a couple of my Sweet Tooth scents now, and I am in love with what I've melted, so I can't wait to talk about some more of those. I finished this little shape bag from Rocky Top Wax Works in Tres Leches Cheesecake. This was great. I feel like Tres Leches Cheesecake is a scent that can come off as so light because the oils are just light, creamy, milk, cheesecake, fluffy, not a whole lot of density to them. This was strong. This was strong, and when those kind of more basic, light, sweet vanilla scents can throw so well, to me that is a really good indicator of a vendor for me personally, because I love vanillas and scents like that, and it's always disappointing when I can't get a good throw out of them. This was great. This was creamy. This was delicious. It smelled exactly like a cheesecake filling with sweet milk. There was not a sour component to it. Really good cheesecake. This snap bar from Broadway Wax was toasted marshmallow beach nights and iced vanilla woods. All of these notes blended together actually made this a pretty masculine scent. It definitely had a cologne element to it, which was interesting. For me personally, I will say it was a little bit too strong. Similar to Oasis, it was just slightly headache inducing, and it didn't smell bad. Like, it smelled good, but this is something I would wear on my body more than I would want it melting in my house. Iced vanilla woods always has a like cologne undertone to it for me, and then when you add notes like beach nights and toasted marshmallow that have like a smoky toastiness in it, it makes sense as to why it came off the way it did. But very strong, and like I said, smelled good. Just for me, more of a scent I would wear rather than live in. This one was from Rose Girls, Blue Sugar, Campfire Marshmallow, and Copper Coconut, which is Bath and Body Works type. This was absolutely amazing. It really reminded me of Shipwrecked, which is a really popular Rose Girls blend, but it doesn't have the sandalwood in it. So this one is a lot less masculine and smoky and kind of mellow than Shipwrecked, and more sweet, coconutty, sugary marshmallow, but it still had that like kind of musk and smoke underneath it. Really good. I would definitely love this in a larger size. I finished this shot cup from Penny's Wax Melts in Olive Branch type. Don't sleep on Penny's Wax Melts, y'all. She's on Etsy. Everything that I've gotten from her has been really good, and it's so inexpensive. It's absolutely insane, but I've had good luck with everything, so I do recommend Penny's Wax Melts. I feel like she's not a vendor that's spoken about as much. She is on Etsy. Olive Branch, I love the Olive Branch. It's a lush type. To me, when I look up the notes of Olive Branch, I think it says bergamot, musk, and citrus. I don't particularly get citrus as much from Olive Branch. Bergamot and musk definitely, but I almost get more of like a clean springtime, like fresh outdoors, lightly floral type of scent more than I get citrus in the background of Olive Branch. And Olive Branch to me still has that natural element to it. Like, it smells natural the way that a lot of the lush types do. I almost want to describe the scents as like new agey. I don't know why, because I think about like Palo Santo and Nag Champa and Patchouli, and those are new agey. They remind me of like walking into a metaphysical shop. Olive Branch is kind of like that, but it's not smoky and it's not incensey. It's clean. It's like the clean version of that. So I really love Olive Branch. I melt it in the whole house. I love it. We also just recently got the body wash and the lotion from Lush, so we're definitely a big Olive Branch household. Last two things here from the Bathing Garden. This was a few cubes of circus spread, which is yeasty fruitcake, strawberry, and vanilla. For me, this was mainly a strawberry, kind of similar to the way, I think it was also the Bathing Garden Strawberry Parisian Fields, I think it was. The strawberry in this is the same. I didn't smell a whole lot of the fruitcake, but the vanilla did add like a sweet and creaminess to it. This was a good strawberry vanilla, but to me, not a bakery cake yeasty anything. If you're looking for like a nice, solid, realistic, but not jam strawberry, and you want to add just like a little vanilla and cream to it, that's what I got from this one. And then last, this was a little bag that I got from Gabriella of The Pharmacist's Daughter, espresso, funnel cake, caramel, and buttercream. This was a delicious, rich, sweet coffee scent. I just love espresso. I feel like from every vendor, espresso is a coffee note that I can kind of know that I am going to like it. It's so smooth, but it's not too deep. It's not skunky or smoky. It's not too harsh, and it's also not muted, dull coffee. It's just a nice, smooth coffee. Adding the caramel to it, it almost gave it a mocha type of note because it was so deep and rich. And the funnel cake, I could smell the funnel cake. I could smell like the little flaky cinnamon pastry, fried dough, and even the buttercream. I could smell some buttercream in this. This was fantastic. This was a fantastic coffee scent, and I would definitely grab this in a bigger size if I could. That is all. That is everything that I have for my Wax Melt Empties this week. I hope that you have a great week. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I have my L3 Scoopapalooza haul already filmed, and I'm just working on editing it, and it should be up tomorrow. And I'll have a couple more hauls and videos coming this week. Again, let me know, comment down below if there are any wax sales that I didn't think of or find. Subscribe if you like wax videos, and I will see you in my next one.